Oh! How y'all doing? Welcome. Let's go.
Good morning, good evening, good day, great day, wherever you are watching from. Those that are watching the replay, thank you for joining us and welcome. Do my favor as we get ready to get started. Could you please do me the favor and show me some social currency and give me a follow? Subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow all of the social links that we have here. That gives you a chance to see anytime that we are live. You get to see what we're doing. So as we get ready to get started, let's rock out to Kirk Franklin. Thank you for joining us.
Put your hands together in the house. I'll see you.
Welcome in, Miss Teresa. Thank you for joining us. And guys, if y'all come in, let us know where you're coming from. Welcome in, Miss Stephanie. Good evening, good evening. How are you? We'll be getting started in a little bit. Welcome in, Miss Jacqueline. And let us know where you're calling in or where you're zooming in or linking in from or whatever platform you're coming in. Welcome, Miss Stephanie from VA, Virginia. Welcome, Miss Jacqueline from A-Town, Atlanta. Teresa from the Bay. That means the Tampa Bay. Thank you for joining us, Miss Teresa. We got a good one for you guys today.
Sing it again, y'all.
And while we're waiting on a couple more people to join us, let's bounce and rock real quick. Hey, let's go.
Make it bounce, y'all.
Hey, let's welcome in Miss Candy. How are you? Good evening from Texas. Thank you. All right. Forgive me if I mispronounce your name, but I'm going to try it. Lord Bernard. And let me know if I got that right.
There's three types of men out there.
Let me know if I got that right. All right. So, man, we're going to go ahead and get ready to crank the show up. But right after these messages, guys, I would like to give y'all a quick intro of somebody really, really special. And this person is really, really special to me because guess what? She's special to you guys. So what is taking place? In essence, the creator of this here platform is none other than Dr. Jacqueline King. Dr. Jacqueline King is so amazing. She is an exceptional woman from the standpoint of her even having the vision to start this platform for you and I to be able to network, congregate, and worship with one another, right? So what's so important is that somebody took the time that was consistent to bring us all together for one common goal, right? You guys know that's why you all are here. to elevate, to be motivated, to be educated, and to be inspired. Inspired whatever you might be going through in your life, right? So whatever you might be going on, whatever might be going on in your life, you can come here, get some knowledge, some spiritual knowledge, some physical knowledge, some educational knowledge that can really help you get you to the next step, right? So I'm so excited to be here. But guys, check this out. I had the opportunity to interview Dr. Jacqueline King a couple of weeks back, and we will start the show off with that interview, and then we'll get into the show. So let's go.
You know, you're just sitting there, a smart person, and the higher ups are not seeing you. You have to stand out. You know the old saying, we have to be 3, 4, 5 times better than our counterparts. We know this. This is no secret. So get on those projects. Volunteer to do projects. Help people out. You have to go above and beyond. Otherwise, you're going to be in that same spot when you retire, where you started.
Good evening, good morning, great day, wherever you are. So I want to welcome you guys to the Building Wealth Through Real Estate channel, hosted by none other than the Black Women in Power Network. And I want to thank each and every one of you guys for showing up here, because when you show up for here, you're showing up for yourself and you're showing up for the others to be able to ask questions, network, learn, worship together. So that episode was a previous episode that Dr. Jacqueline King allowed me to interview her. And she gave some inspirational thoughts and quotes. And it was just amazing, an amazing experience to be able to interview her. So, however, let's go ahead and get started with the show right after this intro. Derrick Young of Daygroup21 LLC.
This is Derrick, the Mother Funder Young. Yes, I said it, the Mother Funder, bringing you.
And welcome back, guys. Welcome back. So let's get into it. So before we go and introduce some of our VIP guests, so let's talk about the topic today. What we will be discussing today is learn and earn through real estate, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit later in the subject. But first, let's check out some of the guests who are joining us. Let's see. Mr. Risa says, "Thank you. You are so welcome." Mr. Risa says, "Hello, everyone," and that is a hello back to you. Thank you for being here. She said, "I got it." I tried to pronounce her name because normally when you see names that aren't common, you tend to mispronounce them, and I try not to do it. So thank you so much. So Millard Fernard. All right, appreciate it. All right, and then Miss Tanisha says, "Hello, everyone." So hello, right back at you. So let's get into it, guys. We got a great show today, as always. Thank you for watching the Building Wealth Through Real Estate. So now, what I want to do is empower you guys to be empowered to go forth with knowledge. And so what I want to do is take 10 minutes of your time and break certain things down, because I don't want to overwhelm you guys with information. So it's about getting bite sizes and taking that and learning and using it. That's what's the benefit of listening, learning, and going forth. So I am Derrick, the Mother Funder Young, and I am the host of Building Wealth Through Real Estate. Thank you for joining us again, and let's get into it. So today we're going to be talking about learning and earning through real estate. So let's talk about learning. Last week we had the opportunity to go back in a time when we were kids. And remember when we were kids, we would sit down in Indian style and we would listen to the teacher tell stories. And story time was my favorite time, where you hear about the 3 little bears and you hear about the 3 little pigs and Tiki Tiki Timbo, No Side Rimbo. That was one of my favorite in kindergarten. And had opportunity to rediscover that on YouTube. And it took me back when I was a kid. And so sometimes when we're learning, it's best to go back as a kid, because kids, they have no cares in the world. And so with our day-to-day functions and everything that we're doing, we get into the monotony of things. And so we have so many distractions that don't allow us to be a kid because we have so many responsibilities. So with this time, if you're not driving or if you're not doing anything that calls you to be responsible, I want you to go back with me to being a kid. And I want to bridge that gap over to being an adult. So last week we talked about the 3 little pigs, and I talked about it from the perspective of being a real estate investor, about the 2 pigs not having the right type of coaching and the real estate and business education. So they built their houses improperly. And then the last pig, we all know, because you had the straw building and you had the stick building, and the last build was made of solid foundation, solid ground. That pig had a coach. That pig got the real estate education that he needed. He did the mentorship, and his house was protected from the big bad wolf. And that was such an amazing story to be inspired from that aspect. So let's get into it. Let's talk about learning. So when you talk about learning, we always learn differently. So I know when I was in school, oh my goodness, I did not like school. But now I'm like a totally different human being, because it's like I love anything regarding to business. And so also, guys, if you think about it, if you have any questions, you can pop it in the chat. And do me a favor, make sure you guys share, like, subscribe, and then I'll put my my social link so you guys can find a way to give me a follow. Comment if you like what you're hearing. Go comment, let us know how we're doing, right? So getting back to learning, when you're learning something, you will never get everything out of it that you are intended to get, right? So you're learning, you have to break down, have to have no words. You got to be focused on what you're learning. It's like studying. You know nothing about it, so you have to sit down and you have to take the time to read. Then you got to study, and you got to ask certain questions if you don't understand certain perspectives, right? And so when you're learning, you're taking in a new information. So it's the equivalent of lifting weight. You're tearing down muscles. You're expanding your mind. You're expanding your brain, because there's a discovery that was made that our minds are made of neuroplastic. So that means that when you think about plastic, it can stretch. It can stretch under certain circumstances and certain conditions, right? So our minds are very powerful. So if we use our minds correctly to make sure that we're putting things in properly, listening to the right messaging, saying that we are powerful, we are motivated, right? So there's a time and a place where you have your inspiration and your learning, right? So there's a technique and a phase to any and everything that we do, right? So just like you all are here. So people say, well, you shouldn't film the show during football season. Well, it's okay, but I'm learning in the process. For those that are here, they are here with me. They're here for a reason, because there comes a point in a time where football has to mean something at a certain point in time. But when it's time to get to business, see, now it's business time. So after we get the information, We got to let it sit. We got to let it digest and then go from there. So that's the part of learning. There's a time to work and there's a time to play. So for me, no other distractions around me. No football for me. No nothing was on my mind is real estate. So if you look in the background right now, I'm in a fix and flip that we're working on right now. But guess what? This show is called Building Wealth Through Real Estate. So you have to prioritize the things that you want to do. So if you're trying to get into real estate, football can't help you get into real estate, right? It can't. Not at this point. That's a pleasure, right? So you have to take designated time. And so with learning, you got to take designated time to be able to handle all of these things, because you don't need any distractions. Because the distraction is if you're focusing now, and then you have a TV on in the background. Oh, touchdown! Touchdown! That's a distraction. So your mind has shifted on focusing on what you're supposed to be learning to the distraction of the TV, right? So, but now we're here focused, trying to get somewhere. So when you take your attention off of one thing and then start, especially if it's something new, right? You have to learn. You got to learn. So we got to learn how to avoid distractions. We got to learn how to turn the phones off, turn any distraction, turn the social media off to focus so you can get more out of the message. So now we get to the earning portion. So today, I want to show you guys how to learn and earn. So did you know that you could also learn and earn through real estate and in business? But you have to be focused, right? So what I'm going to do is, in the chat, I'm going to put in a link. If you're interested in getting into business or into real estate, in the chat, I'm going to put it up. And we have another VIP guest. We want to welcome you in. Devonna Watts, thank you for joining us. Good evening. Let us know where you are coming in from. And Tashinia, let us know where you're coming in from as well, too. And I will place the link in the chat. Let's see, can I place it in the chat? Uh-oh. Well, if you go to the description, the link will be in there, and I'll try and get it to scroll across on the screen. Let's see if I can scroll across on the screen. Okay, and no worries, and I don't think it's going to let me. Okay. Oh, we got a new VIP guest. We'll introduce her really quick. For some reason, they won't let me post. I'll try and post it from a different link. All right, so we have Tashinia from Philadelphia. Welcome. My mentor is in Philadelphia. She's a real estate investor and realtor. So welcome. Thank you for joining us. And then Miss Daphne Garth from Decatur, Alabama. You're up north from me. You're up north from me. I'm in Birmingham, Alabama. So welcome. Let me know, how did you find the channel, and how did y'all guys find the channel here, and how are you guys supporters? So put that in the chat for me as we continue to learn and earn. And I gotta figure out how to learn how to put this in the chat, but I know it's a function that I gotta create. You are welcome, Tashinia. You're so welcome. All right, so the most important thing is that anytime that you're learning something, you want to be able to put yourself in position to be able to learn, right? But when you're learning, you want to figure out how can it be appeasable, what type of groups that you can join that could be able to help you, that could give you a sustainable effort in anything that you want. So, you have certain things like network marketing, MLMs, and all this other stuff like that. And so it's whatever floats your boat. So, but what I've been able to do is to be sustainable by offering certain things. And so when you think about it, you want to be able to expand your reach. You want to know what you're doing, why you're doing it, how you're doing it, who are you serving, right? So learning, you want to learn, and then you want to have the implication of getting something in return as you earn, meaning creating a win-win situation. So as you are able to educate people, that you can earn a networking opportunity, maybe a consultation or a new client, right? And so what I want you guys to do, if you are interested in finding out more, I put my social links back up. And what I'll do is I'll put it back up really quick. If you guys are interested, and just give me a follow to find out more, because that is the most important thing. What can you do outside of your W-2 to give you that sustainability to be able to learn and earn? And so I've been so blessed to be able to do that within real estate and in business, and work with so many people across the United States. This guy, all the way from Birmingham, Alabama, a small city from Birmingham, Alabama. We're not so small. We're the biggest city in Alabama in size. But it's so amazing that I've been able to help so many people come up with strategies that have gotten them stuck wherever they were, either if it's in real estate or if it's in business. So sometimes it's us that are the problems, and we have to maneuver and get out of our ways in order to be sustainable in life. So think about this. Figure out how to create a situation where you can learn and where you can earn. And if you guys have any questions in the chat, go ahead and place them before we get ready to wind down. And what I would like you guys to do is to give us a follow. Thank you for watching this show, this segment. If you have any questions, please place your questions in the chat, and I would be honored to answer them. And while you're at it, do me a favor. Please like and subscribe, BWE, and then also give me a follow as well. And then we'll go back to the chat and make sure you guys don't have anything else that you want to discuss. And then if I'll also put my number in to give us a call, see how we can add value to you guys, because that's the most important. What we want to be able to, you can text your questions in if you are shy, if you don't know what to ask. And so as I put the number up where you can reach us, the most important thing that you want to do is to make sure that you have no distractions, as we discussed earlier. No distractions. And that is physical within your realm, your personal space, and outside of your personal space. Because if you're trying to get somewhere and somebody's telling you you'll never make it, that's a negative distraction. But then it comes a point in the time where you have to grow up, and you got to say, hey, I can do this, and I believe in myself. And you have to tell yourself, self, I got this, right? So that's what I want you guys to do, say, self, I got this. Your mind is so powerful. You just have to use it correctly. So we got another VIP guest. Let's see, who do we have here? Anna L. Welcome. Good evening, everyone from New York City. Thank you for joining us. So, guys, the number below 205-216-5853. Give us a text and let us know how we can help you. Let's book a call and see what you need, where you're trying to go, and where you're trying to grow. So let us leave you with these 3 tips. In order to get better at anything that you do, you must first plan. Number 2, you must have a process. Number 3, you must take action in order to get to a conclusion. So I equated it to an equation: P times A equals C. So that's plan times process times actions equals conclusion. So what does that mean? That really means is that you got to have a plan in order to get to step number 2. Step starts with that first thing. So we're learning, right? So the first thing is you got to come up with a plan. And so after that plan, then you come with the process, which is number 2, is that I said. And then number 3, you got to take your action. So that's for your A equals your C, which your C is your conclusion. So check this out, guys. If it does not flow, it cannot go. So you can't get to your plan without getting to that process, without getting to the action. So your process is in the middle. So if you have no process, you can't get to your action. So it has to flow forwards and backwards. So our plan can get us to our process to get us to our actions, which can equal to our conclusion. So you guys saw how that flowed, right? So then let's take it backwards. So our conclusion led to our actions to the process. So we could have a plan. And not could, let's change that. So we can have a plan. So you saw forwards, and then we just went backwards. So that is the plan. The plan is to have a plan, right? So special guest, let's see what the special guest. So Emma L, I got this. Thank you, Mr. Young. You are right. You are so right. You got this. So, and then you also say, I think the planning is the hardest when you don't know where to start. Well, yeah, you do. So I got off on a call with one of my students earlier today, one of my coaching clients. And we were talking, having a conversation. And he was saying, well, Derrick, I'm stuck and I'm struggling with this. And so, and he told me this. He said, Derrick, you have a way of making people do things that they don't want to do, but that's the answer. Sometimes that very thing that we don't want to do, which is being patient, right? From that standpoint, being patient and listening. Sometimes we have to be patient to gain clarity, mental clarity, physical clarity, spiritual clarity, right? And what that means is that we have to take a moment to sit still to see where to start. I was talking with a good friend today, and I said, well, hey, you know where you want to go. Or shall I say, you know what state you want to go to. So now we got to get to the city. We got to get more laser focused and targeted, right? And that's what you do. So I'm giving you that option. The number is scrolling at the bottom. That's where you start. That's where your journey starts. And it is hard if you don't have the right connections. You guys are here. They don't call me the mother funder for nothing, right? I've coached so many people across the United States. So you can't say now, Anna, you can't say that you don't know where to start now, because I'm giving you the option. I'm giving you the option of where you can get started, right? So I'm giving you the option. No matter where you're going, where you're growing, we're here for you right now at this moment, and everybody else who's here. And then for the people that are watching this replay, because it will be replayed, right? You're the most important thing. So now I'm going to challenge each and every one of you guys here. If it's something that you're trying to grow or get to the next step, do me this favor. You got to be able to take the acceleration into your own hands. Take that acceleration into your own hands. Once you take that acceleration into your own hands, you need to make the decision to text that number, set an appointment up. Let's talk about it, and then just go from there. All right? Now, when you're accelerating, you got to come with a plan. So once you have that plan, figure out what your process is, figure out what actionable steps that you would take in order to get to that conclusion. If you're trying to start a business, don't just start a business. Figure out the things that you need to do within that plan so you can have a process to be able to take action to get to your conclusion. All right? So with that, what I'm going to do is, with 30 minutes and 30 seconds, with 30 seconds over, right? So I wanted to keep this short so we can keep this thing sustainable. Okay, yes, we would love for you to get in contact with us. We love generating new contacts. We love helping people creating a win-win situation. So it's all about the acceleration. So take this information, do something with it. Don't just sit on it, because if you sit on it, guess what? It dwindles down. It's like a candle. Candle has a brand new tube of wax or a stem of wax, but guess what? The fire burns down. It burns down. So as it burns down, eventually it's going to get to the end of the wick, and then that fire, that passion that you had, is going to die and dwindle out. So now, what I'm telling you guys to do is take action now, right now. Get a piece of paper out, plan out what you guys are going to do, because that's going to be my my number one mantra, my war cry. Take some paper out, plan, put that paper in a safe space and place where don't share your vision with those that might be distracted. Sometimes it's your very people and your family that can distract you or say, hey, you'll never do this, you'll never do that, right? Because they don't see what you see in yourself. There is potential for the people that are here. There is potential for you. You're here for a reason. So what I encourage you guys to do, take action with the information. Don't just watch, right? And I'm going to tell you this, guys. It took me 3 years, a little over 3 years, to do anything in real estate. And I was taking so many classes, and guess what? What happened 3 years later? What did I accomplish? Nothing. I became an information junkie, guys. Yes, I was a junkie. I was addicted to information, but no action. So if I have no action, I can't get to a conclusion. So take action today. That is the most important thing that you can do. You need to take action today. If there's a negative situation or negative people that you're hanging around that doesn't support your vision, you need to take action today. And I'm not saying cut them off, but you need to sidestep them, do a 1-2 step, and kind of protect your ears, protect your mind, right? You need to guard your focus. If you're focusing on a thing, guard your focus, right? That's the most important thing that you can do, is to guard your focus. Just like you're focusing now, right? Guard your focus. That's the most important thing. So plan, process, take your action to get to your conclusion, and accelerate it. Don't sit on the information. You're so correct. So Anna says, you sit on it and you don't get nowhere. You are correct. And that's what I did for 3 years, a little over 3 years. I sat on it and did nothing with it. And I said, I would not put myself in a situation. So it's simple. Guys, I'm giving you the first start. That first start is to reach out, send me a text message. And that's my number. Send me a text message. Let's see how we can help you. Take the acceleration, take the knowledge that you have. So I want to wish each and every one of you guys a happy Mother Funding weekend. And I want to tell you guys that you are awesome. Not only are you awesome, but you guys are mother funding awesome. And so when you're mother funding awesome, that means that you're exceptional. You are exceptional people for being able to hang out with me on this day. And so when you hang out with me on this day, you get a lot of value, right? So a lot of value is being given to you. So in this, we will close out this session. We're going to give a little promotion to the Real Estate Jam session. The Real Estate Jam session is an event that we host every second Saturday. And it's the same thing here, where we network. It's a networking opportunity where you can learn and earn also, and then just go from there. You guys have a great weekend.
All right, this is Saturday. We're gonna make it a little smooth.
Derrick Young of Daygroup21 LLC. This is Derrick the Mother Funder Young. Yes, I said it, the Mother Funder, bringing you.
All right, guys. Enjoy your weekend too as well. It was a pleasure interacting with you guys. And please have an awesome weekend. Remember, last thing, take acceleration on any and everything that you do. So guess what I'm going to do? I am going to accelerate my time on this job site and go from there. I appreciate it, you guys. You guys have a great week.